Lily was not just any ordinary girl. With her bright blue eyes and a shock of curly brown hair, she often daydreamed about adventures filled with bravery and heroism. Her room was decorated with posters of soldiers, firefighters, and superheroes, each one representing the strength she hoped to embody one day. Every night, she would close her eyes and imagine herself in a uniform, accomplishing daring missions just like the heroes she admired. However, Lily felt small and unrecognized in a world that often overlooked kids like her. She wanted to prove that strength comes in many forms, not just muscle or size. This Christmas Eve felt different. She had just completed her training to become a Navy SEAL, achieving something extraordinary for someone her age. With excitement bubbling inside her, she yearned to share this incredible news with her friends and family. Little did she know that this festive season would also bring unexpected challenges. As the sun began to set on Christmas Eve, the world outside transformed into a winter wonderland. Snowflakes danced through the air, blanketing the ground in soft white fluff. Colorful lights twinkled on houses, illuminating the streets with a warm glow. The scent of pine from freshly cut Christmas trees mixed with the sweet aroma of cookies baking in every home. Lily felt the magic of the season all around her, filling her with joy and excitement. She could hear laughter and carols floating through the air as families gathered to celebrate together. The spirit of giving and kindness was everywhere, and she couldn't help but smile at the thought of sharing her big news. With each joyful sound, Lily's heart raced with anticipation. She imagined how proud her family would be when they learned about her SEAL training. Little did she know that this enchanting night would also bring challenges that would test her newfound strength in ways she never expected. Lily felt a swell of pride as she thought about her hard-earned accomplishment. Becoming a Navy SEAL was no small feat, especially for someone her age. She had trained tirelessly, pushing through tough workouts and mental challenges that tested her limits. With every early morning run and every swim in the cold ocean, she had learned more about herself than she ever thought possible. Despite the joy of her success, a nagging worry tugged at her. She hadn't told anyone at school about her training, fearing they wouldn't believe her or would laugh at her dreams. What if they thought it was silly for a girl to want to be a SEAL? While she practiced her skills and built her strength, doubt crept in, whispering that she might not fit the image of a soldier. As Christmas lights sparkled around her, Lily decided that tonight was the night to finally share her secret. She hoped for nothing more than their support and understanding as she embraced this exciting new chapter in her life. As Lily stood by the window, the sound of laughter and chatter filled her ears. She turned to see a group of recruits arriving at the local community center, their bright uniforms contrasting sharply against the snowy backdrop. They were there to volunteer over the holidays, helping to distribute gifts and food to families in need. Excitement bubbled within her at the sight of these real-life heroes, each one embodying bravery and strength. The recruits moved with purpose, setting up tables and organizing toys for children. Lily watched as they shared smiles and high-fives with excited kids, their energy infectious. She felt a mixture of admiration and nervousness. These recruits were everything she aspired to be. As she made her way toward them, she could feel the warmth of the holiday spirit wrapping around her like a cozy blanket. This was her chance to connect with those who understood what it meant to serve. Little did she know that this moment would lead to an unexpected encounter that would challenge her in ways she could never have anticipated. As Lily approached the recruits, her heart raced with excitement. She greeted them with a bright smile, eager to share her admiration and connect. However, the recruits exchanged glances, their expressions shifting from curiosity to mild amusement. They noticed her small stature and youthful enthusiasm, sparking an assumption that she was just another child caught up in the festive spirit. One of the recruits chuckled lightly and said, "Hey there, princess, you here to help us out?" His tone was playful, but it stung Lily. She felt the weight of their judgment as they seemed to underestimate her based on her age and size. Despite the teasing, she held her head high and continued to help set up tables and organize toys. With each passing moment, she felt a fire inside her growing stronger. Little did they know that behind her innocent smile lay a fierce determination shaped by her recent training. She was ready to show them that she was more than just a girl. She was a Navy SEAL. As Lily stood defiantly, determined to prove her worth, the atmosphere shifted. The playful teasing from the recruits turned sharper, and their laughter echoed in her ears. "Look at the little princess," one of them called out, smirking as he pointed toward her. Another chimed in, "What's she doing here? Does she think she's on a mission or something?" Lily felt her cheeks flush with embarrassment, but she refused to let them see her hurt. Instead, she continued organizing toys, hoping that her actions would speak louder than their words. But the jabs didn't stop. They continued to mock her excitement about Christmas, suggesting that it was silly for someone like her to dream big. Each comment felt like a blow, but with every taunt, Lily remembered who she was and what she had accomplished. She clenched her fists, knowing that she had trained hard to become a SEAL, and deep down, she vowed to show them what true strength really meant. As the taunts continued, Lily felt a wave of hurt wash over her. Each mocking word cut deeper than the last, leaving her confused about how to respond. She had always admired strength and bravery, but now, standing before these recruits, she felt small and powerless. "Just ignore them," she whispered to herself, trying to muster the courage to stand up for her dreams. But as she looked up at their smirking faces, doubt crept in. Could she really prove them wrong? Her heart raced as she battled with her feelings of embarrassment and frustration. "I'm not just a kid," she wanted to shout, but the words stuck in her throat. Instead, she forced a smile and continued her work, hoping that, by showing her dedication, they would eventually see her true self. Deep down, though, she struggled with the fear that their laughter might drown out her hard-earned achievements and dreams of being a Navy SEAL. Just as Lily was beginning to lose hope, one of the recruits stepped forward, a confident grin plastered on his face. "All right, princess," he said mockingly. "Let's see what you've got. Why don't you show us some of your Navy SEAL strength?" His challenge echoed through the community center, and for a moment, silence fell around them. Lily's heart raced. She could feel every pair of eyes on her, and doubt threatened to creep back in. But then she remembered her training and the countless hours she had put into becoming a SEAL. Taking a deep breath, she squared her shoulders and nodded. "Okay," she replied firmly, trying to suppress the tremor in her voice. The recruits laughed again, expecting her to fail their expectations. Yet as she focused on the challenge ahead, Lily felt a spark of determination ignite within her. This was her chance to show them that strength isn't measured by size or age but by courage and heart. With her heart pounding, Lily stepped forward, ready to embrace the challenge. "You think I can't do it? Well, let me tell you something," she began, her voice steady despite the nervousness bubbling inside her. "I've just completed my training to become a Navy SEAL." The laughter around her faded into silence as the recruits exchanged surprised looks. Lily continued, recounting her journey. The early mornings, the grueling workouts, and the moments of doubt that she had to overcome. "I worked hard for this," she said, her confidence growing as she spoke. "I ran miles in the freezing cold, swam in tough conditions, and pushed myself more than I ever thought possible." As she shared her story, the atmosphere shifted. The recruits who had once laughed at her now listened intently, their expressions changing to admiration. Lily could see their surprise and respect grow. In that moment, she knew she had not only stood up for herself but had also shown them her true strength as a Navy SEAL. As Lily finished sharing her journey, a hush fell over the recruits. The light-hearted teasing had vanished, replaced by a newfound respect in their eyes. They glanced at one another, realizing how wrong they had been to underestimate her based on her age and size. One recruit stepped forward, his bravado replaced with sincerity. "I'm sorry, princess," he said, a hint of humility in his voice. "I didn't know what you had accomplished. You've worked harder than I realized." Others nodded in agreement, their expressions shifting from skepticism to admiration. Lily felt a wave of relief wash over her as she saw their appreciation. She had faced their doubts and concerns head-on, earning their respect not just through words, but through her determination and hard work. This change in attitude was more than just about winning their approval. It proved to her that strength comes in many forms, and that being brave means standing up for oneself no matter the odds. As the evening wore on and the warmth of the holiday spirit filled the community center, Lily felt an overwhelming sense of joy. She had not only proved herself to the recruits but had also learned an important lesson about kindness and respect. The transformation in their attitudes showed her that everyone has a story worth hearing, and it reminded her of the power of believing in oneself, especially during a time when the world celebrates unity and compassion. With laughter and cheer around her, Lily smiled at the recruits, grateful for their newfound friendship and support. "Remember," she said, her heart swelling with pride, "we should always lift each other up. Everyone has dreams, no matter how big or small they may seem." This Christmas Eve had turned into a celebration of strength, not just in body but in spirit. As they worked together to help those in need, Lily knew that their journey would inspire others to embrace kindness and respect, proving that believing in oneself can truly change hearts. As the night continued, the atmosphere was filled with laughter and goodwill. The recruits gathered around Lily, their expressions brightening with camaraderie. "Hey, Princess," one of them said with a grin. "How would you like to join us for some real charity work?" Lily's eyes sparkled as she realized they wanted her with them, not just as an assistant but as a valued member of their team. "Really? I'd love to," she exclaimed, her heart swelling with excitement. Together, they moved to the main area of the community center, organizing toys and packing food for families in need. The recruits encouraged Lily to take charge of a few tasks, making her feel like an integral part of the group. In that moment, friendships blossomed. They shared stories while they worked, celebrating both their differences and common goals. Lily felt a sense of belonging and joy, a reminder that true strength lies not only in individual accomplishments but also in the bonds formed through kindness and collaboration during the holiday season.